Welcome back to my channel for a short Sony RX1R Mark III episode. And in my first 3 videos about this brand new camera here, I already promised that I'm going to mount the Leica Elpro 52, which you can think of as a magnifying glass you can screw onto a lens on the Sony RX1R Mark III and see how much magnification we can achieve. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, stay tuned on my content. Many thanks for that. Back to the Sony RX1R Mark III. Who would have thought that I spent so much time with that tiny little camera? But I must say it's a really good camera. But there's also another review coming up where I look into dynamic range, kind of the same tests I did with the Leica Q3 cameras and the Fuji GFX100 RF. And I think some people at least asked for that, so you get more data points on the capabilities of the camera and in particular of the sensor in combination with the lens. So that's all fine and nice. Now the Sony RX1R Mark III has a macro mode, and the minimum focusing distance, if we are set up like here, is 0.3 meter to infinity. And let's, by the way, get the aperture back to f2.0. And if I want to get closer, I can turn this dial here and you see how the lens tube is coming out a little bit. Watch this. You see how it's coming out, going in, coming out. And then I can go a little closer and the minimum focusing distance then reduces from 0.3 to 0.2 meters. And the effect of this is clear. It's the same in the Leica Q3 cameras. It's doing the same as an extension tube. Look at that. The lens tube comes out and the lens overall becomes a bit longer, and then you can get closer and also have larger magnification. Now the Elpro 52 is this tiny little accessory here, is produced by Leica, and in my opinion one of the most underrated accessories Leica have in their portfolio. You can think of it like a magnifying glass, and with a suitable adapter you can screw it onto a lens. And this adapter here is for a 49mm filter thread, and because of this works in miracle ways on the Sony RX1R cameras, on the Leica Q3 43, 28, and also on the Fuji GFX100 RF. So this is a very versatile tool. It's not super expensive, and as you will see again in this video, as in my other videos about this magnifying glass, that you can substantially increase the magnification capabilities of a camera lens combination like the RX1R Mark III. The way this works is as follows. You see here on the adapter E52 to E49. That means with this side you go inside a 49mm filter thread lens, and on the other side you can mount the Elpro 52. Let's do it. Here is the Carl Zeiss Sonar widest open f2.0, 35mm focal length. Let's mount the adapter. Let's screw it in. You should not apply too much force. It will sit just fine if you apply a little bit of force. And then we can take the Elpro 52 and screw it into the adapter's other side like this. Easy like a piece of cake. And also here, not too much force. And now this is mounted. Makes, of course, the overall camera lens combination longer because we have a massive glass sitting here in front of the Carl Zeiss lens. And now we can go even closer. And by how much we can get closer to the subject now, based on this Elpro 52, I'm going to show you in the course of the video. We are going to measure it quickly, not real science, just, you know, a meter, and trying to figure out. But you will see it clearly in the watch I'm going to take photos of, showing you in a moment, without the Elpro 52. And with the Elpro 52 is like day and night, makes a really big difference. So let's get this done. The watch I'm going to shoot is here. This is an Omega watch, and let me show you, it's a beautiful watch. It's an Omega watch from the Speedmaster series, and this one here has a tiny little replication of the moon as we can see it from Earth, and on the back side it has a replication of the dark side of the moon, which astonishingly enough we never see on planet Earth. And I have currently stopped the movement by pulling out the crown here, because this watch has a feature which is called hacking seconds, and that means if you adjust the time, the second hand is stopping, and if you stop this at 12 o'clock, you can in this way very precisely set the time on your watch. There's also a little gimmick hidden in that watch, which you see now, of course, since I magnified it a lot. If you look at 9 o'clock, you see a subdial which contains the regular second hand, and that second hand is a tiny little replica of NASA's Saturn V rocket, and the scale is 1 to 19,000. I have no idea how they produce these type of things, but it looks fancy. It's a lot of fun actually to follow the time with this watch, and I think is a really good subject for our little test here about the RX1R III and the Elpro 52 from Leica. The Sony RX1R III has no focus bracketing, and of course you can do focus bracketing manually, but I'm not going to do that. I will just go for one shot because I want to talk about enhanced magnification by the Elpro 52. And what we do, of course, is here now we go into macro mode. We shoot first without the Elpro 52. In order to get reasonable depth of field, I need to stop down here, let's say to an f16, which has the danger, of course, that some diffraction kicks in, but I don't care at this point in time. I'll just do it. No one will hold me back. And in terms of the shooting parameters, let me quickly show you what we have here. Let me go here back into display. And then you see I shoot here with aperture priority. I shoot at f16. I'm on single autofocus. I'm on field focus here. And I will shoot with an ISO of 100. And in this way, hopefully receive pretty good image quality. All right, let's get this done. We do 2 shootings and also 2 measurements. One with the Sony without the Elpro 52 and one with the Elpro 52 mounted on the Sony RX1R III. All right, the camera is now in minimum focusing distance from the sensor plane to our subject, namely this Speedmaster from Omega, and it's time to take the first shot. Listen to the big beep of the self-timer. Let's have a look. Play mode. Let's crop in. Oh yes, this looks good. This looks really, really good. I'm quite happy with that image. I think we will do the same now with the Elpro 52. The Elpro is now mounted, and you already see that the magnification at minimum focusing distance here in the live view is much bigger than what we had before. So let's take a shot. Listen to the beep. Nice, very nice. All right, let's compare these images and let's also get the measurement done. This was experimental, of course. I was just trying to find the minimum focusing distance by trial and error, but we can also measure it now with the meter and the scale again, of course. The measurement needs to take place from the sensor plane, which is marked clearly on the Sony RX1R III, in contrast to the Leica Q cameras, where we don't have a sensor plane mark, and then of course to the subject. And in the situation where I was shooting without the Elpro 52, I actually measured the distance of give or take 20 centimeter, which is the minimum focusing distance according to the engravings on the lens in the macro mode switch. And when the Elpro 52 was mounted on the Sony RX1R III, I actually measured the minimum focusing distance, which I found by trial and error by give or take 15 centimeter. So we have a difference of 5 centimeter and in relative terms about 25%. Here are now the 2 macro shots. On the left-hand side, minimum focusing distance in macro mode without the Leica Elpro 52, so at 20 centimeter. Is a very nice image, and f16 actually did not harm here. When we crop in by 100% in a moment, you will not see any traces of diffraction here. And on the right hand side, I repeated the shooting, but at 15 centimeter focusing distance instead of 20 centimeter, and with the Leica Elpro 52 screwed into the Carl Zeiss Sonar 35 millimeter. And that is really a difference like day and night if you look at that. The additional magnification the Leica Elpro 52 gives us here is really making a big difference to the native macro mode shooting on the left-hand side, if you look at that. And I think the right-hand side can be called true macro photography. The left-hand side is a close-up shooting in lack of any better alternative. And as I said, f16 did not really harm here. Let's crop in by 100%. And you see this is really sharp, really well captured. I should have cleaned the watch before, which I missed. I just wanted to do that video and see the results and compare them. Typically when I do professional watch photography, I clean everything in a very diligent way. So there's dust and dirt on the watch, but for that particular video here, it doesn't count, no problem. And if you look at this little Saturn V rocket here, amazing. The watch in the way Omega built it, and amazing and super sharp and crisp and nicely in terms of color and contrast what the Carl Zeiss Sonnar 35mm standalone or in combination with the Leica Elpro 52 is delivering here. Very good. I like a lot what I see here. All right, that's all I wanted to say and show. I hope you liked that presentation. And one thing is clear, and that's the takeaway. It's now the third camera where I show how much the Elpro 52 actually can help you in close-up type situations and in macro shots. This is one of the most fungible, most versatile little accessories you can have in your backpack or in your studio to use camera lens combinations for macro photography if they have a lens where the adapter is fitting. And that is something I wanted to show. I will probably continue to shoot this Elpro 52, but now the opportunity was very welcome to try it on the RX1R Mark III. If you liked that video, don't forget to drop me a thumbs up. Stay tuned on my channel. There's always more to come. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and healthy. And of course, peace out.